Devendra Sharma, I know that we've got other guests waiting, but this is a fascinating conversation. I'm seeing two very sharply polarized views, so I want you to respond to it. Again, what's special about the farmers of Punjab? Why should they get this kind of treatment? Some of the guests who've been coming and are leading this farmer agitation are actually very big farmland owners. They, in fact, suffer the least risk because their prices are virtually guaranteed. It's the small landless laborer, the small farmer with small land pockets. They're the ones who are actually vulnerable, not those leading these farm protests who actually have a pretty cushy life. They come riding on big, fancy, relatively new tractors. They've got these big music systems blaring on their tractors. I mean, these are not the ones who are really poorly off. Devendra Sharma, they're the ones leading the agitation and claiming that hum garib kisan hai. They may be earning more than some of us on this panel.
Well, I think it is very interesting when I see, farmers being questioned because they are eating pizza. Somebody says they are wearing safari suits, and then somebody says that they are coming in safari cars, and so on and so forth. I think these kinds of innovations would be thrown at farmers at any protest or any such meetings and so on. Having said that, I think what is more important is to see that, when you say that the farmers in this part, what is so special in Punjab, I think Punjab was an area which the government at one time picked up for increasing the agriculture production. At that time, when the India was living under ship-to-mouth existence, it was Punjab which bailed India out. We know what kind of policy initiatives were taken at that time to boost the production. It was what the government did, and the farmers followed. And what has been done by Punjab farmers is remarkable. They have created history. Let's honor that. Let's respect that.
No, but that's in the past. Today, if the Punjab agriculture now faces serious crisis in any market, you can't rest on past laurels. Water tables are plummeting, the land is no longer as fertile as it used to be, and Punjab is not growing in the way that other states are. Punjab farming is in crisis at this moment. That's the reality. You need to move on with the times, and what you are growing, the crops need to be more diversified. Otherwise, it will be disastrous for the farmers of Punjab, for the economy of Punjab, and that's a very big problem.
I said you in the very beginning, you said what is so special about Punjab, so I was telling you what is so special about Punjab. Now you say that is past, now let us look at the present. At the present also we have a wheat and paddy cropping pattern. We know that. We know how it is damaging to ecology, how it's damaging to the environment and so on. But then the point here is that the government of India has been pushing that. Even when Punjab says that we want to diversify, give us funds to diversify from paddy, there would be a letter from the center of India saying, no, forget there is a crisis, you must go on increasing paddy. This has been happening in Punjab, and we have seen that. News reports say that. Now, second part is that what all is the crisis today is the creation of the government's policy earlier. They were pushing that kind of a model. They wanted intensive agriculture to go. Farm soils and water, depletion is all because of that. They knew it at every stage. Why? We are also saying that, farmers be given assured income, but also move on to safer or sustainable agriculture, cropping patterns. That is what the people
Let Ashok Gulati respond to that.
That
if Punjab farming is in crisis, it's government policies that have brought the farmers and the sector to a position of crisis, where it is government policies that have fueled this vicious cycle out of which now the sector, the state and the farmers can't emerge. It's the government which is responsible, according to Devendra Sharma. Let Professor Gulati counter that.
Let me be very clear. My all salutation to the Punjab farmers who gave us food security in 60s and 70s. The wise man of Punjab, Professor S.S. Joel, in 80s wrote a report saying that they have done a great job. It is time to move on to a high value and more sustainable system. Today, the paddy production in Punjab, 1 hectare, you create 5 tons of greenhouse gas emissions, carbon equivalents. And water table, as you rightly pointed out, is going down. Last 20 years in Sangrur district of the Chief Minister, water table has gone down by 25 meters. This is the level at which the environmental disaster is taking place. Now, we all want farmers' income to go up, and I'm with Devendra Sharma on a good assured income augmentation of the farmers. My only submission is we are not in a ship-to-mouth situation, producing more of wheat and paddy. We are in a surplus situation. We are exporting 40% of the global paddy trade, rice trade. So the laws and the policies of 1960s, if we are applying now, we are actually axing our own feet. So we need to be careful. With times we have to change. Punjab should be an export basket for high value crops to the Gulf. You need a special package. So let the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister of Punjab have a 50-50 partnership, and let them sit down in Harminder Sahib Golden Temple and come out with a high value package for Punjab which can save its water and make it. They are the blessed state, 99% irrigation compared to Maharashtra, which is only 18% irrigation. So they can produce all sorts of commodities if you give them access to good markets. And Gulf is waiting. They can't produce anything. It's a desert. And now Prime Minister, when he has such a friendly relations with UAE and others, in that it can open the doors for very high value exports. I think let this be a new deal for agriculture, especially for Punjab farmers in the so-called Amrit Kal, and let it start from Harminder Sahib.
Okay, let me now throw this open to our other guests. Yashwant Deshmukh, to you first. In the data that we carried at the beginning of the show, it's quite clear that the cause of the farmers, now most viewers frankly would not understand the nuances of agricultural economics. But as far as the concerns being raised by the farmers, should the farmers get a fair deal? Are you sympathetic towards their cause? There is high support, not just amongst land-owning farmers and landless laborers, as your data shows, but amongst other communities as well, Yashwant.
Well, Rahul, Kisan and Jawan, these are the two emotive issues in this country. Anything that is related to Kisan and anything that is related to Jawan will always get huge sympathy and huge support among the masses. Make no mistake about it. All they want, they understand farmers are demanding something, they need something, and that must be given. It is like a kind of a blind support they always get. But at the same time, I must warn that this support should not be completely confused with the support or opposition to the farm laws, which were kind of repelled because of the demonstrations that happened. When we ran surveys at that point of time, Rahul, overwhelming majority of the farmers outside Punjab, Haryana and Western UP wanted the new farm laws. But they were taken back when they were taken back, and what people want is that they want to support the farmers, but they also do not want the farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP, which are considered to be good or bad in a way, rich farmers, to take hostage the rest of the farmers and their conditions and their demand. So while rest of the India is sympathetic to the cause of the farmers which are right now asking for MSP and other details, I am afraid that these farmers are not similarly sympathetic to the cause of the rest of the farmers in the rest of the India. And if they're, please be very, very careful in this. This is a kind of unconditional support of the Indians to the cause of the farmers. This is what the data is showing. But at the same time, the same set of data has also shown that the landowning farmers as well as landless agricultural labor outside this sphere of the Western India, Northwestern India, have not been given their due because of the lack of the farm laws, lack of the farm reform, lack of the access to the open market the way it should be. And that is where there is a contradiction of sorts. So as long as rest of the India, rest of the farmers, rest of the non-farmers are showing sympathy to the cause of the farmers and the cause of the MSP of the minimum support price, somehow I feel